Smoke gang. We out this piece. God bless a great day, everybody. God bless a great day, everybody. Thank you, Father God. Thank you, Lord Jesus, for another blessed day. Y'all already know it's King T420 SEC and it's Smoking with the King each and every Friday, gang. How we doing today? How's everybody? How everybody doing today? It is a beautiful Friday, y'all. I promise y'all it's a beautiful Friday. Hope y'all been outside, got some of this fresh air. You know what I'm saying? Opened up your pores, and as they say, your third eye, or whatever, you know. Got some of this sun. How everybody doing? How the kids doing? I know it's Friday. I hope y'all enjoying this Friday. Whoever off work, I pray y'all ain't got to go back to work till next week. And whoever's still at work, I pray you only got like half an hour left, man. Listen, I already know how it is. But y'all already know, man. Listen, I got a dog-ass topic for us today. Y'all already see the thumbnail. Y'all see what it say. Y'all see what it read. So y'all know I got a topic for our ass today. And y'all know me. Once I go down that road, I ain't gonna stop. I'm finna start some shit. I'm letting y'all know right now, disclaimer, for people who are sensitive about things being talked about, and I do mean things, because I'm finna talk about some shit. Some real shit going on in our community. So people who sensitive to that type of shit, if you sensitive, I advise you to leave now. Full disclaimer. Leave now. Cause this finna beat us up. I'm finna go there. So everybody know, before I start the show, I like to read out two scriptures. Two scriptures that I picked out that actually go with the show, right? So with that being said, I ain't gonna hold y'all no longer. We gonna go ahead, jump right into the scriptures, and then after I read the scriptures, I'm gonna get right off into the good knowledge that I came to give y'all today. So, the first scripture we had come from the King James Version, of course, Isaiah 5:20. It says, "Woe unto them that call evil good, and good evil, that put darkness for light, and light for darkness." I know y'all don't be really understanding the KJV. I got the NIV, and even if you don't understand the NIV, I got a full breakdown of the scripture right after I get done reading. But for those of y'all who do understand the KJV, I told y'all it was finna get deep out here. We about to get ugly. I'm finna go into some deep, deep, dark waters. Let's go. So, coming out the NIV, it says, "Woe to those who call evil good, and good evil, who put darkness for light, and light for darkness. Okay. So the full breakdown, I promise y'all I'm finna get off into it. Y'all know how I do. I don't hold y'all up. I told y'all once I start, I don't really like to stop. So we finna go. The full breakdown for this scripture calls out the culture. Yep. I'm calling y'all out. I'm calling out everybody. I'm calling out me. I'm calling out my family. I'm calling out y'all. I'm calling out y'all family. Anybody y'all know, I'm finna call all y'all out. So get ready. This finna be a dog ass show today. Let's go. Yeah, I'm calling y'all out, and I'm calling out the culture flip. How people choose to accept the truth as hate. People run around and look at people that give them constructive criticism, people that's in their family or their friends and tell them certain things about themselves that could help them better themselves and things like that. They don't look at that shit as people trying to help them. They look at that shit as hate. They don't look at that shit as a person coming from a good place. They look at that shit as a person trying to bring them down. A person that, oh, you don't want me to be better because I'm telling you that you could do this better, or if you worked on this, everything would be much better. You telling me I don't want you to be better? But see, people don't be understanding that part. They call that hate, right? Yeah. They call that hate. And those who are confused, wait. How people choose to accept truth as hate, and how those who are confused and pushing the confusion are being praised. And that is the sad situation that we live in. Yes, the people that are confused and pushing all the confusion and telling y'all that this is right when it's really wrong, and telling y'all this is wrong when it's really right, the confused people, they're the ones pushing the confusion, and those are the people that are getting praised in our community. Those are the people that are getting looked up to. Those are the people that people go to for advice, sound knowledge, and shit like that. Be looking at them like, why the fuck would you go over there and get some knowledge? They're not trying to teach you shit, but how to do the wrong shit. And we got to start paying attention to this shit. Just because that person looks like they doing good doing the wrong shit don't mean that that's some good shit. We got to be smarter than that. You understand? But I'm going to continue. Let me go. Let me finish rocking. I ain't going to keep y'all here too long. So, the next verse that I got, of course, comes straight out the KJV. And it comes out of Hosea 4:6. And it reads, "My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. Because thou hast rejected knowledge, I also reject thee." Don't worry, I got the NIV. I'm finna break it down for you. And I'm sure you got a full understanding. But the NIV version says, "My people are destroyed from a lack of knowledge. Because you have rejected knowledge, I also reject thee." I also reject you. That's what God said. That's what God said. Since you, my people, who are put down here and told to seek knowledge, are fully rejecting knowledge and it's all around you to be got. Since y'all are fully rejecting knowledge and not seeking knowledge, I also reject you. That's what God said. Right? So let's get to it. So the breakdown speaks to how the lack of spiritual truth and wisdom has led us to right where we are right now. That's the breakdown of that scripture. How the lack of truth and wisdom has led us here to right where we are today. Don't worry, we finna get there. We finna get there, right? And what happens if we continue to be ignorant to the facts? Okay, again, that scripture breaks down how we got here, why we are here, and what will happen if we continue to be ignorant to the fact. Okay? Alright, so I'm finna really get off into it. Y'all finna get mad at me. If y'all think y'all mad at me now, y'all really about to get mad at me for what I'm finna start talking about. What I'm finna talk about, y'all gonna be upset. Actually, those who seek truth people that really see truth, y'all not gonna be mad. Y'all gonna be like, see, I told y'all somebody gonna get out here and talk about this shit. I mean, we about to jump off into some shit that a lot of people don't like to talk about. So let's get to it, right? The black communities and the black culture did not crash overnight. It did not. I'm sorry to say, for all those people who think, oh wow, some shit just happened and no, that is not what the fuck happened. That's exactly why the name of the show is The Plan Failed, or Is This a Part of the Plan? Okay? Continue, keep up. First came drugs. Listen to me, our community was already coming back together from the 40s, 50s, and 60s after they had just became free from slavery and really just gathering themselves and finding how to work and how to build houses together and how to come together as a community from the 40s, 50s, and 60s. So when the 70s got here and we actually started getting stronger together again, the first plan was to bring the drugs into our community. And I know good and well how bad the drugs tore up our community. I tell y'all all the time. My mother uses drugs and my father uses drugs, and I don't have brothers and sisters. So what I'm telling y'all is when the drugs came into our community, they fucked our community up. So they thought. See, but the trick is once the drugs got here, that people used the drugs more than we used the drugs. So we started selling the drugs to them. So in turn, what they did behind that was they came out with the welfare. Yeah. Listen. With the food stamps. That's how it went. So it came drugs and then the food stamps, right? So the food stamps, it took the food stamps and told them, we're going to give y'all this food stamps. We're going to give y'all all this assistance, right? But the man can't be in the household with you and the kid. So that's already telling the woman, here, we're going to need you to be independent. We're going to need you to start working on yourself because we're going to help take care of you. Forget about the black man over here, right? Cool. Okay. Like I said, that part didn't work because what ended up happening was while they started taking black men to jail for selling the drugs that they gave us to sell, right? Because they thought they was going to be selling it to us, but we ended up selling it to them. So what ended up happening, like I said, they put the food stamps and the welfare out, and then they thought they was going to just start taking black men to jail. But what ended up happening behind that is black men start saying, forget selling drugs, and they start finding different hustles, right? So then they start finding different hustles, and then they start to thrive and start opening up their own business and things like that, right? So since locking the black man up and making him a drug addict and leaving him, that didn't work. So then here comes the next thing. Y'all got to keep up with me. I told y'all we're going to have a hell of a show today. I'm not playing with y'all. I'm finna talk about some shit that a lot of y'all scared to fucking talk about. Y'all scared to talk about this shit. And I'm finna go head first, right to the motherfucking deep end of the pool. Fuck you. Alright. So it went from the drugs and the food stamps. And when that didn't work, like I said, they was trying to lock us all up and shit, and that shit didn't work. Then it came the LGBTQ plus push, right? So what they did was they started to force everybody to start to accept gay people. Cool. Black men, we didn't have a problem with it. Fuck it, y'all gay? Be gay. We ain't got a problem with it. And this is they start pushing on everybody. So boom, and they pushed it for years. The LGBTQ plus push, the movement. They pushed it for years and years and years, right? Nobody said nothing. As black men, we out here working, we still trying to find us wives, still living our lives, still trying to pull our dreams and hopes together, still fighting for our families. We not saying nothing about none of this, but at the same time, y'all gotta remember, we outside of the household now. we got children and we can't even live with our children and the mother of our children because the government that came in with the drugs and the food stamps and the welfare, and they didn't push the black man completely out the house. So after they pushed the black man out the house, they came with the LGBTQ plus. So now they feminizing all of the children. Yeah, pay attention, keep up. I told y'all, I'm finna touch on some shit a lot of y'all motherfuckers scared to touch on when y'all be talking about this shit. Yeah, so the kids now are subject to hear things like things about sex, things about guns, things about fuck your father, he isn't a good father. Oh, that guy's a piece of shit. So now kids are subject to hearing these types of things, right? Listen, it's not my fault. I didn't do it. I'm just telling you motherfuckers what's going on. They also subject to hearing, it's okay if you're a boy to kiss a boy. It's okay if you're a girl to kiss a girl. No, you don't have to feel bad about that. Pay attention to what I'm doing. Y'all gotta keep up. I ain't playing with y'all. This finna be one of them shows. So now they telling the kids that it's okay for a boy to kiss a boy and a girl to kiss a girl. And everybody living in this confusion and looking at, and the men standing around like, no, that shit not right. But the women like, no, it's okay. If they're teaching them about gay people, and the men like, I don't give a fuck. I don't want my kid knowing about gay people. I teach him when I feel like it's time, when he's ready. The women like, no, it's okay, let him. But again, the man fighting the battle from the outside of the house. He not fighting this battle from inside the house with the mother and with the children. So guess who winning the battle? Of course the mother, because she right here with the child. The man over here, he steady reaching out, he steady fighting. Come on, man, that ain't right. We can't teach him that. But guess what? He didn't win that battle. He came to a place where everybody was like forced to accept it. Fuck it. So now it's cool to be gay, right? So we're gonna roll forward. So the man that said, fuck it, we're gonna stop fighting all this. If y'all motherfuckers wanna be gay, cool. But I'm gonna be able to teach my son and my daughter what's right and what's wrong, right? So the man that said, fuck it now. So we ain't fighting to be in the house no more. You don't want me over there because they giving you assistance and shit. Fuck it. I'm gonna just build over here with somebody who want me there. Boom. So now he taking care of his kid from a different household, right? He's still teaching them right from wrong at the same time, right? Because he don't want his child to grow up thinking that the things that they teaching is right and the things that they teaching is wrong is right and the things that they teaching is right is wrong. He don't want his child to believe that. So he's still teaching from a distance. But guess what? Now they made it even harder. Because now they put him on now the child support and shit coming to play. So now, as the man, no matter how many hours you work, no matter where you work at, they trying to garnish like your whole check. Listen, all you got to do is talk to some of these fathers, man. It was like they would wait for years before they would put them on child support. So after they would put them on child support, now all of a sudden the man owes all these thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars of back child support. And he like, what the fuck is we talking about? Not only have I been working on helping take care of the kids, sending money and all this shit, but I've been trying to get the kid and can't even get the kid. Now y'all hit me with back child support, thousands of dollars. And like this is new to me and I ain't had a court case. I ain't seen a judge or nothing. I ain't fought for 50-50 custody. Nothing. None of this. But all this is happening to soften up the blow for the major power punch that's finna come behind that. So we're gonna go back to the beginning. We're gonna start over. So from the 40s and 50s and 60s, we learned how to build together. Boom. The 70s came. We got stronger together and we had just started growing together stronger, right? Our connection had just got back strong again, right? Then when the 80s hit, boom, they dropped the drugs. So here come the drugs. The drugs is all through the community, tearing the motherfucking communities down. We know it. Anybody that was born in the 80s, and y'all can't fucking tell no lies. Anybody that was born in the 80s, y'all know our communities was flooded with all type of drugs, drug money, and drug, y'all know what else came with that. You know what I'm saying? It was drug users, drug dealers, and people who didn't make it because of the drugs. You know what I'm saying? And this what our community had became filled with in the 80s after we had just started connecting again and becoming stronger again in the 70s. So again, y'all, I promise y'all gotta keep up because I'm trying to tell y'all, I'm breaking it down for y'all. You know what I'm saying? For a simple man like me, if I can understand this, I know damn well that y'all can as well. So please, just keep up with me, okay? So it went from the drugs and the welfare and pushing the man out the house to then the LGBTQ push, right? And then when they came with that push, that was to soften the blow, like I said, because it was something bigger coming behind the LGBTQ plus push. And we didn't know it because we were so busy trying to fight and make sure that our kids understood that you don't got to be that way just because they trying to tell you that it's okay. Yeah, it might be okay for them, but that's not what we do. We don't rock out like that. As the man steady trying to fight for his kids like that, and the mama steady in the house like, oh, you don't got to listen to your daddy. You don't know what he's talking about. It's okay, it's okay, it's okay. Steady brainwashing the kid and confusing him. Now he don't know who to listen to no more. Right? Right? Keep up. I'm telling y'all, we going down the road. So behind that, that's when they came with the major monster agenda, right? So the major monster agenda that became behind the LGBTQ push, you know what I'm saying? I'm telling you, that was to soften the blow, I promise you. Right behind that came the feminist and the trans agenda. Now listen, I just told y'all black men stood back. We didn't have a problem with people being gay. If people wanted to be gay, we didn't have a problem with that. We stood back, told them, you go do what you do, you keep that over there, right? But see, as black men, we stood up when we heard people talking about, no, it's okay if you feel like you was born a girl, but you a boy. No, we say, no, that's not okay, because a boy is a boy and a girl is a girl. That's clear in the Bible. We not finna play games with that, right? But y'all kept pushing this feminist, everybody need to be softer. Y'all turned y'all boys into little girls. In turn, making the men extremely feminine. Right? They made the men extremely feminine. It left the men more emotional. Y'all made the men emotional, so the men don't even think rational and logical no more. Y'all flat out then turned the boys into not little, we'll leave it at that. Instead of growing into grown men, they only grow into teenage boys, and that's where they stop at. But see, it's funny that that's where they stop at, because I'm pretty sure it was Sister Shahrazad Ali that said black women don't grow past the teenage years of 15 or 16, I believe. I don't even know if she gave them that old. But that's the point that I'm making. After the fathers got kicked out the house, then the mothers start raising the children and the men start becoming little boys. So they never got past the teenage age of 15 to 16, maybe even 14. Not sure which age she said it was. But with that, the point being is now the men have become more feminine and the women have been felt like, the women feel like they've been forced into this role where they have to be more masculine. You understand? And listen, all you got to do is keep up, pay attention to what happened. I just gave y'all the whole story, the whole rundown from beginning to end, to how it started to where we at now. You understand? Like, this is why the men fight so hard to get y'all to understand y'all can't keep pushing these agendas. Our kids see these things. And now y'all just put all types of everything on TV, because now there's an app for everything. You can put anything on the app on the phone. All they got to do is download it and boom. Now everything is right there on the phone. So it's like we be trying to get our children to not see half of the stuff that they see. But with all these apps and all this feminism and all this transgender agenda and all this movement that has came in, it had got to a point where it was said the child, after the child was born, they could choose their gender. What is we talking about here? What is we talking about here? Y'all just sit back and be okay with anything. How is in the Bible there are men and there are women. I don't know what y'all think. Like God don't make mistakes. Let me say that. God don't make mistakes. So all this old fake ass push that y'all got to turn a man into a girl and turn a girl into a man, ain't none of that shit gonna ever be real. And I ain't gonna never let that fly. I don't like it around me. Again, I don't have a problem with men being gay or women being gay. If that's who you choose to be, that's on you. I have no problem with that. You chill with your people and I chill with mine. But I don't accept the fact that these dudes is running around talking about having these surgeries and becoming women and thinking it's okay to jump in women's sports and beat up on the women in women's sports, and you a whole dude. You a whole dude. In my eyes, you really a coward. That's what you really are. You really a coward, because what type of man want to go get a gender transformation, go and play in a different gender sport when you know you were born the original gender over here? You don't want to play in their sports, but you want to go play in the opposite gender sport. So you gonna go and get a whole gender transformation so you can go play with the girls because you stronger than them. I know I can win over here. You a coward. That's what you are. I don't care if y'all mad at me for saying it either, because the truth is, you're a real coward because you couldn't stand in your truth as a man. Like I just said, if you was a gay man, fine. Go be a gay man. That is what it is. Nobody can be mad at that. It's just what you chose to like. It's what you chose to be. Cool. But you so much of a coward as a man that you couldn't stand as a man and stay a man. You so much of a coward as a man that you had to go and get a whole gender transformation just so you could play in the league with the women and think you was better than them. Yeah, I said it. I said it. I ain't the one that's hiding from all that bullshit. I don't like none of this bullshit. You know what I'm saying? I like the truth being told. Men are men. Women are supposed to follow men. Again, this is clear in the Bible. You're supposed to be a helpmate. But you women run around here thinking that y'all are the bosses. What make you think just because you make more money than the man you deal with that you the boss? Alright, boss, you gonna take the bullets when these niggas trying to come and shoot us for the money? See, because y'all be killing me with that. Like, which one of y'all gonna jump in front of the gun? Because y'all so tough. All y'all so tough. It be so funny to me that women be thinking because they make a little bit more money than men, that all of a sudden they in charge. All of a sudden she got ranked, she got pulled. My say is the last say, final say around here because I make the money. Y'all been tripping. And this is exactly what I'm telling y'all this shit because it's not okay. The whole fact that men have to tell y'all like, baby, calm down. You ain't always made more money than me. That's number one. Number two, I had to work with you to even get into a position where you could make the money that you make now. So I slowed down making the money that I was making to help you get there. Y'all be forgetting this type of shit. Like, and it bothers me because y'all go pointing the finger at men like these men broke, these men lazy, these men ain't doing nothing, they don't do nothing. Y'all a lie. These men is out here helping y'all get to where y'all getting to. And y'all just leaving them on the wayside. But blaming everything on the dude. It's his fault. He should have been a better. No. No. We told y'all way back then. They trying to tear our households apart. They trying to pull us apart. They don't want black men and black women together. We tried to tell y'all this way back then when the drugs and food stamps came in. We tried to tell y'all this way back then when they forced us to be okay with people being gay out in the open. Like, it's okay. Yeah, now my kid got to see gay men kissing on the street. But all right, fuck it. Cool. We gonna keep it pushing. We tried to tell y'all when we said, listen, it was bad enough when they tried to force us to accept the gay people. We had to accept that. But now y'all trying to force us to accept the man changing his whole gender? No, men can't accept that. That is unacceptable. Nobody can accept that. And we don't even know why y'all would think we would want to accept that. Like, it's bad enough, again, y'all have feminized the men and y'all have masculinized the women. The women walking around here thinking they are the bosses, like they feel like they forced to be in control. Like when I find a man that can put me in my feminine energy, like what type of shit is that? Like this is what y'all have done to the culture by accepting all type of bullshit. This shit has went to some of these people's head. Now these people really living up there in the Twilight Zone like, yeah, cause I fight any man. Like, girl, if you don't go sit down, what's wrong with you? Your job ain't to fight. Go cook some biscuits or something. What is we talking about? I fight any man. And it's the problem. Like, we have got to a place where this feminism and this transgender agenda, this movement that they have just pushed on us again, because they keep pushing shit on us, because we keep blocking the button and just keep deflecting shit. We keep ducking and dodging it, moving it. What the fuck? And y'all just keep accepting shit. And we keep telling y'all, back the fuck up accepting shit. Get behind me so I can say, no, we don't accept that shit. But no. Not with black women. Black women, I make the money around it. I pay the bills. I tell y'all what, it's okay if them people want to save it. It's all right. And now look at your kid. Now look at your son. Now look at your son. Remember you said it was all right? It was okay? Cool. Why your son trying to wear a skirt to school? You said it was all right? It's cool, remember? But see, y'all didn't want to listen to the men. Y'all so busy being power struck because y'all got a couple dollars. Keep telling y'all the money ain't what make shit move. The money is not what makes shit move. It's just people to look at people with money and be like, is that fish or is that somebody that got a little knowledge? Because that's all it is. That's all people with money are. You either bait or somebody with some smarts and you know what you're doing. I don't understand why y'all don't understand it is people out here who will make money regardless if you with them or not. So the money is not the thing. Y'all got to start to use y'all head a little more. Y'all can't keep giving in to shit that's tearing y'all motherfucking community down. Y'all talking about all the men that y'all out here dating, but y'all got to remember the men was raised by women who was like, no, it's okay for them to be gay. The men steady back then was telling them like, no, I don't want my son to see me and kissing men on the street, please. The wife like, no, please don't do him like that, Johnny. And Johnny like, listen, bitch, you gonna fuck her kid up. Johnny, calm down. Oh, fuck you. And then he just throw his hands up and walk away. And this is where the fuck we at today. Cause y'all motherfucking women don't want to hear shit. Y'all know it all. A nigga can't say, well, you know if you keep allowing your son or you know if you keep allowing your daughter to keep going on like this is like the possible outcome right here. Like, this is like 7 or 8 out of 10 kids when they go down this path. This is like where they end up at. You can't tell them that. You can't be like, these kids over here, they come from this type of raising that I'm trying to tell you about. They normally end up going this route right here. You can't tell them that. Because they know it all already. But then again, their kids still end up being gay and transgender, and they girls want to fight everybody, girls going to jail and shit. When the fuck did girls start going to jail for fighting niggas and killing niggas and shit like that? Like, what the fuck is wrong with y'all, dog? Y'all have went so far past the mark when it comes to morals and values and foundation and family and what we are supposed to stand for as a people. Y'all have gone so far from the mark, y'all don't even recognize y'all damn self in the mirror no more. That's some sad shit. Cause y'all just accept anything. Yeah, and I said it. I don't give a fuck. I said it. See, these motherfuckers scared to talk about this shit. I ain't scared to talk about shit. So where was I at? So like I said, that was to soften the blow. We got hit again with the feminist, transgender, and our communities were hit the hardest. The black communities was hit the hardest when it came to the feminist and the transgender agenda. That's what I've been trying to tell you. That's what I've been getting at. So our community was hit the hardest. Our families was broken up, leaving the kids all confused, turning the men feminine and the women masculine. When the men losing their masculinity, when the men are losing their masculinity, And the women are being left to feel forced into leadership roles and masculine roles, and the kids in the middle just confused about it all. Like, what is we talking about? What is we talking about? What is we talking about? Every time a man give a woman her way, this is the type of shit that end up happening. I ain't being funny, I'm being honest. Every time a man give a woman her way, this is the type of shit that end up happening. So now it's cool for the kids to see gay men kissing on the street. Boom, we got past that. So now we telling the kids, it's all right for you to pick your gender after you born. Boom, that shit not cool, but that's where y'all at with it. Y'all had got so far lost that y'all was helping people push this agenda and didn't even know that that's what they was telling your kids. Like, no, we gonna just start telling kids when they born, so the black kids, so the black men can be around all these women and just want to be a woman, and he can automatically, they gonna fund him the money to go and turn himself into a girl. No, we don't need the black men, we don't need that black energy. Let him go and turn himself to a girl. What have y'all done? What the fuck have y'all done? What have y'all done? Our community was never like this. We stuck together. We had love for each other. I told you, the 40s, 50s, and the 60s, leading all the way through the 70s. Our communities had love for each other. We helped each other out. People carpooled to places. When one person got a job, he tried to get everybody else in the same plan if he could. Where is the love in our community? They have tore us down so far with all of these different agendas and taking the black man and the black woman away from each other, where they can't even see eye to eye no more. The black man and the black woman can't even sit down and have a civil conversation with each other without somebody getting so upset or so emotional that somebody want to fight. Somebody's going to want to fight in that conversation. And that's because somebody not going to be playing their role. Somebody going to be stepping all the way outside their role. And I ain't going to say who, because I ain't going to just point out conversations, but I'm just saying sometimes it be the men step out their role and get a little bit too emotional. Sometimes it be the women step out their role and get a little bit too masculine. That's what I'm saying. We can't even sit and have civil conversations with each other no more. The love is not in our community anymore. They forced us to not love each other in so many words. I ain't saying they forced us like they came in, but listen, right? When you've been psychologically programmed over and over to look at each other a certain kind of way, to look at a thing a certain kind of way, then you just gonna look at that thing that kind of way. For instance, if you was raised your whole life that a circle was a square, when you get grown, whenever you see a circle, you gonna think it's a square. It's gonna take some reprogramming for you to realize that that circle is a circle and it's not a square. So that's what I'm telling y'all. Our community has been programmed to believe all these wild things, all these crazy things about our community. We've been programmed to believe that it's okay to stray away from God. We've been programmed to believe that not having that spiritual connection is what kept us strong together. We've been programmed to believe that if people didn't work off their own feelings, that, it wasn't right, and that was wrong. We've been programmed to believe that we're not supposed to discipline our kids. We're supposed to just let them be whoever they're going to grow into. We've been programmed to believe that we're not supposed to teach our kids from inside the home no more. We've been programmed to believe that it's okay to be lazy when it's not. We've been programmed to believe that it's all right to just eat meat and don't eat fruit and don't eat vegetables. We've been programmed to believe these things. We live so far outside of ourselves that we don't even know who we are as a people anymore. How can you be the chosen people when you don't do nothing that the Bible tell you to do? Nothing that's right. But a lot of y'all run around here claiming, I'm one of the chosen ones. I'm one of the chosen ones. You don't eat healthy. You're not helping nobody in your community. You talk bad to everybody around you. You think you the boss and you always in control. There's no humility in you. People be like, are you humble? You be like, humble, what's that? See? But all y'all know everything. Everybody know everything. That's why our community is so far torn apart now. But I'm saying, is that the plan? Because the plan failed and they keep failing. The plans that they coming up with to tear us apart and keep us apart, they keep failing. Because every time they hatch a plan to fucking tear us apart, God has another plan for strong men to step out here and be like, yo, we ain't having that shit. Quit fucking trying to tear the fucking black community apart. Period. Black women gotta come back to black men. Y'all gotta be just as submissive to black men as y'all be to everybody else in the world, literally. And y'all supposed to be submissive to the black man just like every other woman is submissive to their man and their culture. But this is the problem. I'm telling y'all, we didn't get too far lost, too far gone. Again, you don't recognize yourself when you look in the mirror. Because as a strong black woman, you supposed to live in your feminine energy. You supposed to be the most feminine, nurturing, most submissive, supportive, loving, caring goddess that floated across the room. But we don't see none of that out of y'all, because all of y'all walking around with masculine energy, with y'all fist balled up, ready to fight something. All of y'all walking around talking about suck my dick, like you got a bigger dick than the man you talking to. All of y'all walking around talking about, nigga, you can't do shit for me, nigga, where your money at? Like y'all have forgotten what it's be like to be a woman. To actually be up under a man and want a man's guidance and want him to lead you somewhere. Y'all have gotten so far from that y'all forget the things that are supposed to happen, they not happening no more. Y'all letting all the shit that's supposed to be wrong, y'all done led people to believe that they're right. It's okay to be a transgender. It's okay to tell your kids that they can be, if you got a boy, it's okay to tell them he can go off and be a girl. Y'all have led people to believe these things. Y'all have led people to believe it's okay to be 600, 700, 800 pound people. Y'all have led people to believe that, no, you don't need to gain no knowledge. What do you need to gain knowledge for? Even though God himself said, when you reject knowledge, I reject you. What is wrong with y'all? How are y'all acting like y'all love our community? How are y'all acting like y'all love our culture? Y'all won't even help pull the culture back together the right way. Y'all steady pushing bullshit on us. Y'all steady pushing bullshit on us. Y'all steady telling us that we supposed to be okay with all this shit. And we steady telling y'all we ain't never been okay with all this shit. Y'all steady asking, well, why the men ain't talking to the women no more? Because the women that gave themselves over the motherfuckers that we don't even like. The women that gave themselves over to people that we don't even like. People that don't like us. People that's not trying to work with us. People that ain't trying to do nothing for us. The women that gave themselves over to the dark side. The women are like, listen, we not listening to the black man. We in control. If the black man can't listen to us, what is the purpose? Like, where's the femininity in that? Where is that feminine? Is that what you call a feminine woman? Is that what a feminine woman does? She stands toe to toe with her man. She tells her man that she's his equal, and sometimes he better do what she tell him to do. Where is the femininity in any of that? How as a woman do you even feel okay stating that to a man and looking him dead in the eyes and meaning it? But you was raised that way. Or maybe you weren't. Maybe you just grew into this person because you ignored all the good shit somebody was trying to tell you about who to become. And there's men out here who ignore the knowledge from elders, wise counsel. We trying to tell them, brother, you can't do that. You can't act like that. You've been a little bit emotional. Men ain't supposed to be emotional. Listen, you might have some of them problems that you have with your woman because you acting out of emotion and not out of logic and out of rational. But see, they've been raised by these women You don't gotta listen to no man. Can't no man tell you nothing. Right, we back to that again. Remember, kick the man out the house, he ain't shit. All this, that, and the other, blah, blah. Gay agenda, transgender, feminist movement, all that, blah, blah. Yeah, the man ain't shit. So now these young men out here not even listening to the wise counsel of the men because they grew up in households where they was told, you don't gotta listen to nobody, fuck everybody. What you feel matters. Oh yeah, right, because y'all spoiled y'all kids. Did I forget to add that? Spare the rod, spoil the kid, also in the Bible. When I was growing up in the 80s, they didn't spare the rod. We got our ass beat. But when the gay movement came, when the LGBTQ plus movement came, they forced y'all to stop disciplining the kids too. So that's what also left the kids out here confused. See, I didn't throw that in there at the beginning. I forgot that part. That's what left the kids out here confused. They forced us to stop disciplining the kids. So after they forced us to stop disciplining the kids, then they gave the kids a voice and told the kids, your opinion matters. Now, let me explain to you. That only mattered in the black community because in everybody else's community, the kids' opinion did not matter. Let me repeat it. In everyone else's community, the kids' opinion did not matter. In the black community, though, they forced you all to believe that you should make your kids' opinion matter, and you're the adult. See, when I was growing up, when we didn't want to eat something that was on our plate, when we didn't want to eat the food that our mother put on our plate, guess what? We had to sit in front of that motherfucker till we ate it. Now, think about what I'm telling you. I said it like that for a reason because I want y'all to really understand what I'm telling you. When I was growing up, our mothers put food on our plate and we had to sit in front of the plate until they ate it. Until we ate it, period. If we didn't sit in front of the plate until we ate it, then we was gonna be there or we was gonna get our ass whooped. It was just that simple. She wasn't gonna play no games with us. They wasn't playing no games with us back then. You see what I'm saying? And that's what I'm telling y'all. They forced y'all, it's almost like they backed y'all into this corner where they will force y'all into being more feminine and force the women into having struggle that the man was supposed to have and force the women into believing that they had to be masculine when none of this was supposed to be. None of this was supposed to be. The men were supposed to be the leaders of the household, but since the men were kicked out the household and left the women confused on how to raise kids, what to do with the kids by themselves, and things like that. So, again, it left the households, it left us tore apart. We are torn right now as a community, and we need to start over again. We need to start over again. We need to pull it back together. We need to huddle up. Ladies, gentlemen, we need to huddle up. That's a football term that football coaches and football players use when they come together as a squad and get together and they come together with a motherfucking game plan. We need to come together for the black community and make a black game plan for the black game plan for the black community. We can't just keep on letting this shit go. Y'all keep on just accepting anything and then wondering why y'all children ended up missing. Y'all children ended up gay. Why they ended up thinking it's all right to be transgenders. Why they ended up in the back of trunks and all this other crazy, wild stuff that y'all don't even see is happening because y'all are not allowing the black man to pull the households back together. Listen, I'm not saying that every black man is great. I would never say that. I know some of you women have had very bad encounters with black men, so I get it. I'm not saying every black man good, but listen, this is why it's good to have a father, or listen to a father, or listen to an elder, wise counsel. In the Bible, it tells everybody we need to listen to wise counsel. And some of y'all need wise counsel. You understand? Like, you can't just keep going out picking men because you think, forget it, I'm gonna just pick him. No. Some of y'all need wise counsel. Y'all need to go and get advice from somebody really close to y'all on whether that should be somebody that you choose to deal with or not. But a lot of y'all don't do that. You know what I'm saying? A lot of y'all young men need to start listening to these elder men, the wise counsel that's telling y'all about opening businesses and telling y'all about stocks and telling y'all how to trade and telling y'all about what to do in the company to move up in the company. Y'all need to start listening to these people and stop running away from the knowledge. God himself said, my children are destroyed because they run from knowledge. And since you reject knowledge, I also reject you. Stop rejecting knowledge. People only trying to help you be a better person. People are only trying to help you be a better you. And for a long time, men have been fighting this battle, this uphill battle, trying to tell y'all want to fight to be men too hard. Y'all done fought so hard to be men that now y'all young men that are raised in y'all house grow up emotional and scarred and traumatized and mentally abused because there is no male guidance in the house. There is none. So that young man is mentally traumatized. He's scarred. He has PTSD as a young man from the things that he had to see and he had to do growing up with just a single mother. A lot of y'all don't understand that. Like, seeing then again is really bad nowadays because these mothers nowadays, they weren't raised like the mothers that was raised in the 80s. See, the mothers in the 80s, at least they wasn't on all this feminist shit so tough where all them guys back then turned out a certain kind of way. But it came like 95 and out, and you just had to look around like, I don't know what's going on in our community no more. The boys looking like girls, the girls looking like boys. Like, it's just a strange thing to see that nobody in our community wants to go back to God. Nobody wants to go back to saying what's right is right and what's wrong is wrong. But everybody wants to say the community is fucked up. How the community so fucked up and nobody saying what's right and right, what's wrong is wrong? How is that? Explain that to me, y'all. Somebody tell me, how is it that everybody wants things to be better, but nobody wants to do what's right? The plan failed, or is this a part of the plan? To get us to a place where we so lazy when it comes to learning how to be better, we're telling anybody that, you know, I don't want to do what you say is the right thing to do to be better. But it's only a factual thing. Like, how are y'all running from factual things? People can tell you what to do to be right, to help change the situation, to help things go right. And instead of doing that, you like, nah, I think I'm gonna just try to work on this plan over here. That plan over there hasn't helped you so far. It hasn't gotten you nowhere. Nothing good has came from that plan over there. So why would you still be doing that? In fact, why is that still the focus? I'm trying to figure out why you so scared of change for better. Because that's all that is. Anytime a person is scared to take good advice, They're scared of change for better because you've become comfortable with the norm. You've become comfortable with things being just how they are. You've become comfortable saying, you know what? I'm not gonna even fight it no more. It is what it is. God got me. Like, faith without works is dead. Yeah, God got you. But you gotta do your part as well. You think your part is just to sit around and pray every day and that's it? That's all you gotta do? Sit and pray and that's it? Nah, buddy. It's a lot more to come with that. Faith without works is dead. Right. You got to figure out what part God wants you to play. Seeing a lot of y'all done got to a place where y'all don't know what part God wants y'all to play because y'all just used to allowing everything to be cool. It's cool. Fuck it. We just gonna let this be okay. We just gonna let that be okay. Everything is just gonna be okay. Like, no. That's why the men fought so hard to get y'all to see that this shit was not okay. And now a lot of you women sitting around crying like, damn, they was right, it was right. And you know the funny part about you women is y'all won't take accountability in front of nobody. Y'all won't get on camera and be like, oh, you know they was right. Y'all won't tell the world you know they was right. But y'all will go behind closed doors with that one nigga you laying up with. Be like, oh my God, they were so right. I hate this so much. Like, why ain't gotta be like this? And then now you want to take the same advice that the other nigga was giving you from the new nigga only because you knew he was right. And that's the fucked up part about it. Like, the same shit that some of y'all baby daddies was trying to teach y'all didn't want to learn it from him. Y'all was too stubborn and prideful to learn it from him and moved on and found somebody else. And they had to teach you the same thing. But something that your baby daddy accepted, they don't want to accept. So guess what? Now you're going to end up being single again. Because guess what? You should have just learned it from your baby daddy. That's the problem. Like, a lot of our community is torn up because people don't want to listen. That's it. That's the only thing that's happening in our community. People don't want to listen. And it's crazy because when I was growing up, we had to listen. We literally got belt to ass for not listening. If you didn't listen, you got your ass beat. Like, they didn't call our parents and we expect no. Like, if the school had to call home, nigga, we knew we was getting fucked up when we got home. Or, let me tell you how bad it really was. Or, moms might have came to the school. Let me just get that out. Or pops. Because some of these dudes had pops. Some of these young ladies had pops pull right up on them to the school. Like, oh, you thought this shit was a game, huh? This shit ain't no motherfucking game. Sit your ass down and do this motherfucking work. Don't let this motherfucking teacher have to call me again, or I promise you, when you get home, it's gonna be ugly. Yeah, that might sound bad, but guess what? The teacher didn't have to call the parent no more. The kid got home, didn't get a whooping, did his homework, we did our chores. We look at us now. We're responsible. We have morals. We have values. We stand on something. We stick to a code. We're loyal. That's the number one thing that I love to say. I'm loyal. Like, ain't none of y'all loyal. Like, y'all kids that was born after 80, y'all not loyal to nothing. And I blame that on y'all parents. Y'all parents made y'all too soft. They spoiled y'all too much. All y'all got spoiled. Yeah. All y'all got spoiled. Y'all got to get nipple milk until y'all was about 5 or 6 years old. Sad situation. All right, fine. Whatever. So what? Still way too damn long. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, y'all was spoiled for real. Y'all spoiled these kids right. Then y'all wonder why they running around here acting like this. Y'all wondering why y'all have so many problems out of folks. Y'all wondering why the situations that we in is so dire. Because y'all wanted to be heard so bad. Instead of just listening to y'all man See, and the problem started way back then. This is why the women is like they are now. Instead of listening to y'all man, our community is where it is now. The order goes God, man, woman, children. Let me say it again. God, man, woman, children. That is the order. So, it's how it's supposed to go. When you get with a man, if you pick him, especially if you pick him, you have to listen to him. Now, I'm not telling you if you being forced to be with a motherfucker that, no, leave. But I'm telling you, if you picked the man and you chose him, you have to listen to him. The order is God, man, woman, children for a reason. Our communities are tore apart right now because y'all not living by this. Y'all have to live by this. The Bible is a thing for a reason. Y'all got to get out of the sex. I know sex is good. Sex is great. I love it. But at the same time, I know how to refrain myself from having sex when I'm working on getting to know a person, when I'm getting back closer to God, cleaning my spirit, when I'm cleaning my body. You got to you got to detox. You got to know how to do all these things to clear your mind of all the toxins and bullshit and negative energy that people give to you and that have been put into our community to help see through the fog and get back on the right road and start seeing straight again. Because we all know this feminist movement and this transgender shit, that shit ain't right. Ain't none of this shit right. And I ain't scared to say it. Like I said, black men had already had to accept the fact that y'all forced them to accept gay men kissing out in the street. Gay men can be in movies. Gay men can be in the TV. You will walk through the grocery store and all of a sudden you see gay men kissing and shit. Y'all forced black men to deal with that. And again, black women, I'm blaming this on y'all. Because y'all are the ones that was okay with this shit. Black men have never been okay with this type of shit. Y'all was okay with that. Y'all forced it on us, and now look, the kids is growing up. They gave kids freedom of choice and freedom of opinion. Now y'all kids can choose to be fucking women. If you got a boy, he can go and choose to be a woman if he want. Y'all did this shit. Now the transgenders is jumping into women's sports, beating up on the women because they wasn't man enough to play the man sport that they was born to play in. Oh, did I say it? Y'all made these feminine ass dudes? Right. Because y'all didn't want to listen to the man trying to tell you, baby, you don't want to do all this work without me. I don't give a fuck that the government telling you they're going to help you. We going to have to struggle and come up on our own. If you kick me out the house, you're going to get all this bad, ugly energy, which is the masculine energy, which all the women have took on because they feel like it's okay for the man not to be in the house. So now you have all type of different energies because you're taking on roles you're not supposed to be taking on as a woman. Listen, y'all know I get crazy. I go deep with it. Smoke gang. I'm going to do this shit like I do it, and I don't give a fuck who like it or not. You know what I'm saying? Y'all accepted these transgenders. Y'all forced y'all husbands to accept their gay shit being on TV and all that shit. Y'all voted for these motherfuckers that made all this shit okay. And now that there's some different shit is happening and they making it back where it's only two genders, man and woman, where they making motherfuckers have to get up off their ass and work now. Everybody mad now. But see, the men knew this way back then when they was telling you, listen, this shit not gonna last. Work with me and we will get there. I promise you. Y'all was scared to work with the men and now we here fighting to get back together again. We got to huddle up, black people. Ladies and gentlemen, we gotta huddle up. We gotta come together and we gotta come together with a game plan. Don't no woman want to see her child turn gay just like don't no man want to see his child turn gay. And that go for both sides. You know what I'm saying? So, listen, we got to come together. Women, y'all got to start listening to the men y'all pick. I ain't being funny, I'm being honest. Men, y'all got to start leading these women right. Quit getting so angry and emotional when your woman comes to you and she has an opinion about something or she want to ask a question about something that you're doing. Listen, these things used to be talked about in the black community back then when we was actually together and connected and we was getting stronger. I told y'all in the 70s we was so strong, we was finna start a fucking movement and they seen it and they dropped the drugs, then they dropped the food stamps. After the food stamps, it was the gay movement. After the gay movement, it was the feminist transgender shit. And this is where we are now. We gotta fucking pull this shit back together. We need men in the households, foundations, solid foundations. We need you women to actually listen to the men that you pick so y'all can work together toward a better future. We can't just keep having people that's out here having babies and now everybody got a baby and a baby daddy over here, the baby mama over here, they fighting every time they see each other to making posts all on social media and all. We gotta get out this shit. We gotta get the fuck out this shit. This is not for the fucking black community. This is not for us. We cannot be the chosen people and steady doing the shit that everybody else around us doing the right shit but us. What the fuck we look like chosen one? Oh, that's in the Bible too. Until you listen and do what I told you to do, this was from God, so y'all know. Until you listen and do what I told you to do, you gonna always be on the bottom. You will never rise. God, man, woman, children. I need y'all to really, really understand that. It's a reason why. Find you a man that's really into the word. Don't listen. Or whatever religion you are. You know what I'm saying? But me, personally, I believe in Jesus Christ, Father God. And it's a lot more to it than that. But, yeah. And y'all find y'all somebody and get with that man and follow his lead. Let him lead you and your family into the future. Quit trying to take the reins. It's not for you to lead. That also is said in the Bible. It is not for the woman to lead the man. It is for her to teach the children. It is for the man to teach the woman. Please, y'all, we got to pull this shit back together. I love us too much for us to keep having to fight these same fucking battles over and over again. Thank you, everybody, for coming out, joining Smoking with the King. I do this each and every Friday, 4:20 p.m. Eastern Time. Been doing it for like 3 years now, so if you behind, catch up. Real shit. I'm on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram. I love everybody, all my supporters, all my sponsors. I accept donations. Yeah, and we going up, gang. We ain't playing out here. I'm finna get this good word to all our people because we got to come back together. I ain't playing with them out here. Smoke gang, we are gone.